Hey y'all, this is me again. Anyway, I'm preparing myself for my water fast, right? So I think a couple days ago I announced that I was going to do a water fast. Or I didn't announce. I made a video and shared it with some of my friends in my safe space. But anyway, hey friends. It is Christmas Day. Tomorrow is supposed to be the beginning of the fast. So what I've been doing is I've been watching videos. The website group person I've been following, Christopher James. He has a channel called a healthy alternative, and he talks about different types of fasting. I think he followed Dr. Sabi, and he does a lot of research. I believe he's an engineer, but he's kind of, I don't know, maybe he started this as a side gig and it kind of took over. But anyway, he was saying that you need to prepare, and he has a 7-day preparation period. I'm not giving myself 7 days because I'm trying to do this while I'm off of work. I got to see how it makes me feel. This is an experiment. I don't know if I can do it in work, but what I'm trying to do is called 70. What I'm trying to do is called a 70, called the rolling 72. So that means you will fast for 72 hours and then you have a day and then you start again. So, to prepare myself for that, I'm going to try to do 3 cycles before I go back to school. And as far as preparation is concerned, he says that you should hydrate before. He also has this period of like 5 days of hydration, and he says you should eat your food, eat your water, which means eat juicy fruits and vegetables in preparation, because he says drinking water doesn't always hydrate you, but eating your food, eating your water helps better with that. And he also said you should kind of scale down on your way to starting the fast. So you might be eating for 5 days, and then on day 6 you go down to just juicing. And then after juicing the next day, you go straight juiced for the last 2 days, I believe is what he said. And then you start your water fast on the 8th day. So he has 7 days of prep, and then day 1 of the water fast. I didn't do that. I have been eating my for yesterday I went shopping and got a whole lot of fruits, and yesterday I ate lots of oranges. They're nice and juicy. Today I'm going to have pineapples and oranges and apples and what my mama makes for dinner, and some sweet potato pie. Maybe some ice cream, which I'm sure Christopher James does not recommend, but hey, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and do me today, but I'm going to hydrate by eating my food. I'm eating my water. But another thing that he says we should do is drink. Well, I'm drinking this distilled water. I purchased the water for the first 3 days. I got my goal, what I'm supposed to do. Now, right now, I drink barely any water. So I'm going to be focused on drinking water. And so what I did was bought a gallon of water for every day. And I do not know how I'm going to pace it out. This is another reason I couldn't do it during school, because the reason I don't drink a lot of water is because teachers don't have time to go to the bathroom. And I've tried drinking water at school and dang near have an accident trying to get to the bathroom. So I don't drink water like that. I barely drink water. I'm very dehydrated. And this is some of the reasons why I'm doing the fast. One, my skin's super dry. I have a super dry skin. My kids always ask me, and every day I keep lotion in my classroom, but every day they're like, "Why are your knuckles so white?" Because I have super dry skin. It's my knuckles. My hands are kind of scratchy. My feet, my elbows. So I'm making me this moisturizer with shea butter and some other things and my essential oils for that. But also I think drinking and eating my food and all this water, just trying to properly hydrate myself, will help. Christopher James also says that you should drink distilled water and sun charge your water, which is something new. But I've heard, not only Christopher James, but I've heard other people say that our bodies are intelligent, of course, and they know what to do to kind of regulate us if we make sure we're putting the right things in them and not putting toxins in them. And the way they talk about how the foods we eat today, and many of those foods that we eat today are not food anymore. They've been modified and everything, and we're taking in this substance, and it's not really feeding our body how it should. And our body's doing all it can to fight against the toxins. So what you do when you're fasting is you help your body out. You don't put anything negative into your body, and you allow your body to regulate itself, to fix things. And so many people report that they have healing during fasting because their body can do what it's supposed to do. It's not focusing on digesting all of this food you have in your gut and the new poisons you're introducing and all that. Your body's not focused on that. It's focused on, oh, here's a problem, let me fix it. Oh, here's a problem, let me fix it. So as I said in my last video, I have aches and pains and that I didn't used to have. And so I'm like, okay, what's the difference? Well, I'm more sedentary than I used to be. I'm not eating as clean as I used to be. I didn't eat super clean, but I didn't eat like red meat. We just ate turkey and chicken and fish. And now I eat red meat, pork, everything. We used to eat, anyway, it doesn't matter. Haven't been eating the same. I haven't been eating as healthy as I have in the past. But, and so I've gained like 20 pounds. So my thing is, since the 20 pounds, I already had some aches and pains and creaks and whatnot. But since the 20 pounds, it's like worse. Every morning I get up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting old. So I'm like, well, you know what, age? I see people. I see women. There's this lady called the Barbell Queen. She's amazingly fit. She looks better than some 20-year-olds. And she's like 62. And so I'm like, okay, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to turn to, well, let me say I'll fight it. I can't say what, well, you know what? I am going to say it. I'm not going to turn to this fat old lady who's so crippled and hobbling around when she's old. I'm not going to do that. I want to be fit. And I was listening to Christopher James interview someone who lost, what did she lose, 36 pounds in a month doing her water fast. And she was just talking about the mental clarity she got through during that time. But she did 14 on, 2 off. I'm not doing that. I'm doing 3 on, 1 off, and trying to just cycle that 3 times before I go back to work. Hopefully I'll lose at least 20 pounds. That's my goal. But what she said was, the language that you use is important. So if you want to accomplish something, don't say you're going to try. Say you're going to do it. And I've noticed about myself, one thing I do is I always say, I try, because I don't want to tell a lie because I'm afraid I'm going to fail. Well, I'm trying, see, I am going to change, or I am changing. Let me change that. I am changing my language to where I'm not saying I'm going to try to where I'm speaking failure. I'm going to do, right? Speaking success into my life. But anyway, tomorrow's the big day of starting. I'm very nervous about it. I keep thinking, wow, that's 3 days. I have been intermittent fasting to where I just I do dry fasting for most of the day. Like I wake up, I don't eat. I go to work, I eat at my lunchtime, which is 11:30. So the night before I stopped eating at like 8. So from 8 to 11:30, I haven't been eating. And it's funny because it depends on how well I do. Sometimes I'll sneak. There's leftover breakfast I'll eat or whatnot. But I haven't been paying attention like I should. So I'm going to pay attention and take notes or and everything during these 3 days, the first 3 days. Well, all of them. But what I'm saying is during my intermittent fasting, I've noticed there's some days where I'm like limping because my knee hurts so bad, or my ankle, or when I wake up in the morning, my back is aching. And then there's some days where I get up and I'm like, whoa, I feel good today. And I'm wondering if that's because of what I ate the previous day, or what I didn't eat, or is it because of what time I stopped eating, or how much water I drank. I do believe food is medicine. And I need to start using it that way and noticing what happens with my body when I eat certain things. I have some vices. Chocolate is a vice. Bread, cakes, anything sweet. Sugar is my addiction. So hopefully, from what I've read, when you fast, your body can retrain itself and you can break food addictions that you may have. So by not eating those things for an extended period of time, even on my days where I get to eat, I'm going to try to do it within a certain window of time. Maybe give myself 6 hours of eating, and during that time, I'm going to be eating juicy fruits and vegetables. Try not to introduce much meat, so my body doesn't have to work as hard, and drinking juices, and then starting back up the next day. So, I hear that it can be very hard, but because I've intermittent fasting already, I'm hoping, since I kind of have that habit, I'm hoping that it won't be too terrible. And when it gets to be those hard spots, that I can distract myself. Um, hmm. And if you saw my eyes glaze over just a second ago, it's just the whole thing of, wow, 3 days. One day, I'm cool. 3 days, I'm a little nervous, but I got myself some pineapple juice. So when those days get tough, I think it's not cheat, but modify the fast a little to where I get some juice with a little sugar in it, maybe give me a boost. I'm going to try not to use it, but if things get rough, I'm pulling out the pineapple juice. I heard that if you can make it 3 days, it gets easier. And I hear that after 3 days, you get this energy boost that your body produces, and it's not as bad. And I also heard that if you can make it past 3 days, you're not as hungry. You get through the hunger, and your body is basically feeding off of energy that it pulls from the air and from the sun. And he's not the only person that said this. I've heard this many times, that our bodies can feast off of the sun and the energy that it gives. And that sounds like it could be true to me, simply because that's how the plants and trees and things survive. They're grounded in the earth, which emits energy. The sun emits energy. The air we breathe has oxygen that's life-giving. So yeah, we're created to kind of match this earth, and I think this earth can provide what we need. So yeah, so he talked about charging your water. So my water I bought from the store is distilled water, and I'm going to charge the water by putting it in the sunlight. And the water will absorb the sunlight, and it will be activated to where it can function more. I don't know. Distilled water is known for pulling impurities out of your body anyway. So by charging it with the sun, it'll just activate it to where it's more potent, I guess. I hear that it can also change the taste of the water to make it a little sweeter. We'll see. And what else? Yeah, so I got these giant mason jars. I'm going to fill them with water, distilled water. I'm going to put them on my balcony to soak up the sun. I'm going to do that today. Hopefully, by tomorrow, they will have enough, or at least the first gallon will have enough. The other ones will stay out there. So my water will get more and more activated or charged up as I get towards the end of the week, because I waited too long to put it out there. But anyway, yeah. So the day before my fast, Christmas 2022. Merry Christmas to everyone. Send happy vibes, good vibes, blessings my way as I embark on this 3-day journey. And I'll try not to look crazy when I do my update videos, even if I feel bad. I'll tell you, but I'll try to look normal. All right, well, I guess that's it. You guys have a wonderful Christmas. If you don't watch me anymore until after the new year, have a great new year as well. And I look forward to posting and letting you know how I'm doing.